Hello, I'd like you to meet Lennart. He's a boy with a lot to say. Because he can't speak, he uses a device or a talker called an echo. With his talker, Lennart is learning to tell stories and jokes and to chat with his friends. But sometimes the talker can't be just where Lennart needs it when he wants to say something. For instance, when he's getting dressed, or when he's on a bus, or when he's in the ball bath. For these situations, Lennart and his mother have developed a method of communicating together which doesn't depend on an electronic device. In these situations, Lennart uses a board with letters. Because he can't point with his hand, Lennart uses a simple method of pointing with his eyes in order to show which letter he wants to say. The letterboard consists of 6 blocks. Each block has its own color. Each block also has 6 letters, and each letter has in turn its own color. In this film, we'll show in just 5 minutes how Lennart can say everything that he wants with just 2 quick looks and a little help from his friends. If Lennart wants to tell you something, ask him if he'd like to spell a word. First, he'll consider in which block the first letter can be found. Notice which letter block Lennart looks towards. You'll probably notice that he's getting quite fast at this. If you're not certain, ask him and I'm sure he'll show you again. Here you can see how Lennart looks towards the letters M and O, P, Q, R. But which of these letters does the word begin with? That's why he also noted the color of the letter that he wants. So now he looks at the block with the color of the first letter. He's looking at the red block. So that means that his word begins with the red letter from the block which he already chose. In this case, it's an O. As soon as you see which letter Lennart has chosen, speak it aloud so that he knows that you've understood him. And then we can move on in just the same way to the next letter. Lennart considers in which block the next letter will be found. Again, Lennart has chosen a letter in the block MNO, PQR. So now he'll show us the color and position of the second letter. He looks at the green block. In the letters MNO, PQR, P is green. Now speak the letter P so that Lennart knows that you understood him. Maybe you can already guess which word he's spelling. If you're certain what the word is, then tell him what you think, because then he can move on even quicker to the next word to tell us what he wants to say. Don't worry, if you guess wrong, Lennart will let you know. If you are still uncertain, he'll carry on spelling for you. Now he's looking at the block A, B, C, D, E, F. He notes the color or the position of the next letter and looks towards the block with that color. So that means he's chosen the letter A. So now you can speak the word Opa and ask Lennart what he wants to tell us about his grandfather. By now, Lennart has learnt the positions of all the letters by heart. So he doesn't need a board to tell you the positions of the letters anymore. But in order to understand him, you'll probably need one. I'm sure if you ask him, Lennart would be more than happy to present you with one. Now he'll spell a word so that you can see just how easy he is to understand. He looks up into the corner to A, B, C, D, E, F. But which of those letters does he mean? Now he shows us that it's the red letter. So the first letter is a C. The second letter is in the corner at MNO, PQR. You know what happens now? It's the red color again, so the second letter is an O. Do you have any ideas what might come now? Exactly. The third letter is also an O. So which letter could come next? Of course, you've guessed. The last letter is an L and the word is cool. So let's look at what we've learned. Lennart can say the most with his echo, so it should be available wherever possible. If he's in a situation where he can't use his talker, be careful to observe the direction of his gaze. If you ask him, Lennart will be happy to present you with your own letterboard. Speak the letters that he chooses out loud so that he knows that you've understood him. So all that remains to say is have fun when you next chat with Lennart.